I'll be back.
All right. Yeah, I'll read out what you type, or you could get a mic and not be a lazy bum.
3, 2.
All right, read
1.
this. He shoots. Oh, nope, that's True North. It says he shoots, he scores. Anyway, power-ups are split 2-1 in favor of Soviet ballers. All of them tag pros, though. A boring opening 20 seconds while we just wait for these to run out. Alright, Havmad. Big Bad, this is Pop speaking. I hate your guts and hope you're suffering in a hole all alone. Havmad, say that. Alright. Anything else, or is that... he says thanks. HD getting a quick return, 2 quick returns off the Soviets, while Rick and Lair end up dead on the other side. Oh, and now we get commentary from North. He says, say what I type. I do believe he types very slowly. Power-up fight starting out. Jukes ends up stealing the Whitecaps base pop. They're coming in with Tag Pro Juke Juice. HC holding the Juke Juice off for a second, but now he gets the grab and falls behind his Tag Pro lead. Phoenix and HD are just vacating the base, trying to get set up on OD over in the Soviet.
It's gonna be really tough for Whitecaps to make a play here.
HD's making it work though.
Doing his
Squeaks
best.
out, gets in the bomb corner and goes out top. He's still got to stay alive for a few more seconds while Phoenix gets over there though. Phoenix is able to make it, chases Moon Ghost off the flag tile, and now both flag carriers are out in open space. Whitecaps having trouble deciding who exactly should chase and who get re, but Rick ends up in the right place to get a return.
HG really making some quality moves.
Yeah, good uses the space, puts on the brakes before the spike.
This could be a nice opportunity.
Return, he's just got one to beat.
Ooh.
Moon goes positioning really well.
So it like pops her up, and the official count is 1-1 right now. Still a fight. It looks like Soviet ballers will win this round.
Ooh. Went for a gate play, just got cut off by Moon Ghost. Ooh, Frosty bites upward. Rick's gonna scoot under Moon Ghost.
Wow.
Your first cap.
So a little lapse in judgment by Soviet ballers looked like. Really weren't accounting for Whitecaps to charge that quick without a reset.
Lair now trying to make something happen. Goes to split.
Rick's got all day though.
Yep. He's trying to get back to a boost. Doc's closing in quick, but he manages to post out under Frosty.
So it looks like they're gonna have a reset no matter what, because Lair just got there.
Yep. Lair gets Moon Ghost out to the boost. He's trying to catch up there. Manages to not spike himself, but HD gets his gate. He's coming in. Bounces off the blocks. Frosty doing
nice
well
try.
to hold. Now Frosty's out past 4 through the gate.
And that looks like that's going to be a cap
Soviets
for sure.
tie it up 1-1 right as the power-ups are coming up. Soviets pick up a rolling bomb and a tag pro. HD picks up a tag pro for their Whitecaps. Doc falls in behind his tag pro lead. Rick's
tag pro
sort
lead.
of following his tag pro lead the other way. The tag pros kiss, and now everybody's out in the open. Rick manages to spike the Soviet flag carrier. He's running away past 2 now. Jukes is out past 2 with HD.
HD just killed his own
emphatically
teammate.
killing Phoenix.
But Rick Slick
Dying
is
on the tag pro.
he's making some slick decisions. Decides to take it back out, take another lap.
Alright. We get commentary coming in from True North. We've got Toronto scores, Toronto sucks, you need to say what I say, and this concludes that the Cowboys have won the Super Bowl.
Solid analysis.
Thank you, True North. We'll get the rest of your thoughts at halftime.
Rick Slick just battled 2 Soviet ballers for that juke juice.
Havmad chimes in with, as Big Bad would say, and I quote, N star 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 star.
And that word, clearly, naggers, because nobody likes a complainer.
Oh, True North with the correction, saying he did not claim that Toronto sucks.
You guys give me a
Hazmat was
link?
the one that claimed Toronto sucks.
Whitecaps are in a little bit of a they're a little out of sync, but it looks like this is a good chance to get them back on track. Lair with a nice grab off the. Oh, very close. Good. It's a great opportunity for a gate there. It's a good chance to go for it. Oh, definitely. I mean, it looks like they're gonna. They may have pops again. They're contesting all three, and it looks like they're gonna go 3 for 3 on tag pros. This could be catastrophic for the Whitecaps. This is a guaranteed cap for the Soviets. I mean, this is a guaranteed cap for the Soviets. At least one. Let's see if the Whitecaps can stop the bleeding. Yeah, poor positioning, but I mean, there's. Ooh. There it is. So there's the one cap. Well, I mean, it's pretty much expected when you have 3 tag pros. That's tough to defend against for any team. See though, the Whitecaps have a chance to stop the bleeding here if they can get Moon Ghost. And Lair is well, got past. That is sometimes luck works out. This could be a cap, and it is. Great good timing by the Whitecaps. But again, the Soviet Ballers win 2 of 3 power-ups. I mean, that's definitely going to be something that the Whitecaps need to improve upon in the second half of this game. Yeah, that was they're lucky it was only 1, to be honest with you. This could be interesting. Rick is trying. Oh, Rick with a great play. I mean, a lot of players on O playing OD would try to stay close to the flag there, and it's pretty much a death sentence when you have 3 opposing players. So that was a great heads-up play by Rick to sniff that out and to try to get take a risk, but a calculated risk. And that was bomb. Looks like the Whitecaps are not gonna. Okay, well, there's 1, 2, 3. Whitecaps go 3 for 3 this round. Interesting. Keeping the tag pro on D. How do you feel about the? I mean, HD's D, obviously. How do you feel about keeping the tag pro there? Fair enough. Fair enough. Well played. It's a good. Oh, HD with a quality ball play there. That was real close. With just under 2 minutes here to go. Looks like Puffs are going to be up in another 10 seconds. Really crucial round of Pups. Really crucial. It looks like 2 tag pros for the Soviet Ballers. This could end up being the difference. I don't want to, speak too soon, but 2 tag pros with under 2 minutes to go is where with classes. At this point, I think you flag pro. As you see, it just wore off. But the nice thing about knowing that your tag pro is going to wear off and the opponent's not necessarily knowing is that you can take that grab, and they're still going to be intimidated by the tag pro. Yeah, the defense on both sides has not been bad. Not been bad at all. It's been a pretty close game.
And we'll pop the scoreboard up for a second. Pretty much even in
Last
terms
round
of
of Pups
hold
coming up.
and prevent.
This could be big with a tie game.
629 for prevent, 258 to 251 for hold.
So we had 2-1 on the tag pro advantage for the Whitecaps as they pick up 2 of the 3 Pups. All tag pros.
Looking to kiss Rick, send him back to base.
Looks like HD's kind of stuck in the middle here. He doesn't know what to do. And
yeah. I can
mean,
tell
that's
you
understandable.
exactly what was going through his head. Rick called out he had a tag pro, but
Oh
HD was
wow,
halfway
HD
across
with
the map.
a very generous spawns there. He gets barely
Yeah,
past all the spawners, and this could be
nope.
tries
Tries
to
to take
force
the
it
inside
inside.
corner.
That's always tough,
Yeah, it's
unless you
hard
know the
with
blocks are going to
three
be up.
people right behind you. You're thinking you want to take the fastest route back to the flag. Forces you
3,
inside. Mungos did
2,
really well to set
1.
himself up right on that inside corner. Same thing Rick did earlier. And
Halftime.
there's
What are your
halftime, 2-2.
Wow. I mean, some interesting stat lines here from both teams. Frosty. I mean, you know, he looks like he snuck a cap in there. I mean, 23
Yep.
seconds of hold on 3 grabs. He just, defense a lot of times finds himself in the offensive zone when it's, their
Pretty even
flankers coming in.
hash.
Yeah, I mean, I
Whitecaps
think
died way more than the Soviets, but in all the other stats, it was basically the same
pretty even.
things.
I mean, and that's what you'd expect with the tie, a classic tag pro tie. Both teams are fighting pretty hard. I mean, I think that HD played really well on defense. He played half of. He played a little bit last night, I think. Did he? But I mean, he's coming out with something to prove, and
No, I
he's
think
definitely
HD didn't end up in. He was a sub, but didn't end up in for the 18 game last night.
okay. Well, I mean, he played pretty well. Clearly, he's taken all of this in stride, and he's based on where he was drafted at least, which obviously doesn't mean much. But I mean, he played pretty well. I think Rick and Lair did all right. Um, I think they're gonna have to tighten up on grab opportunities. I think defense played pretty solidly overall, though, for both teams. I mean, that was a pretty classic iron matchup, if you ask me.
Yep, was indeed. All right, we're gonna go dark, talk to the team for a second, and we will come back with half two. And here we go for half two.
2, 1.
Looks like
Alright.
Soviet Ballers have the spawn.
Yep, Phoenix is delaying their juke juice, but he's got a tag pro coming. He better grab that quick. Jukes it out. Soviets are going to
This
have
is
a
the
tag pro
perfect
with a
situation
rolling
for
bomb.
the Soviets. This is what you always want. You know, your tag pro and your rolling bomb on
Yep.
offense together.
Phoenix gets up, gets a defuse.
And that
Oh,
is,
Rick misses the snipe, hits Lair out of the way.
Now
There's a cap.
that's how I like to play OD. Like, you know, I'm trying to change my ways, obviously, but that's just something that you can get away with that in pubs. But when you play competitive, like, you can't be playing Snipe D as last man back.
Ooh, Lair boosts right into Frosty. They set up that trap well. Doc pushed mid, Frosty waited top.
Just
Lair
good
went right into him.
there.
Elf got him out
Soviets.
through the gate, too. Right. Juke coming in. Oh,
Wow.
runs over Lair.
Nice
Nice
pass
blocks
by
by the
Juke
Soviets.
from
That
Hazard.
was really beautiful.
Yeah, and
Right,
you know,
Elf is
even
setting up by
more
the boost.
impressive is the read, because that was not obvious for the flag carrier to take that route. Looks like it's 3 for 3, all juke juices for the Soviet Ballers. Wow. So this, Whitecaps they gotta sync up here and just get back to basics, because that's 3 quick caps by the Soviet Ballers. They look like a new team this half. Both teams do. That's a situation where, I don't know. You gotta, Iron's a map where set plays are really, you know, they're the ace flush. I mean, they're all that. You need to have the set plays on Iron. It looks like both teams are kind of out of sync right now. I mean, obviously Soviets, it doesn't matter for them because they're up to a 3-0 lead, but this should be another cap. It's hard to say what was the problem here, other than that the Soviets just came out a lot more prepared for the second half than the Whitecaps did. Because, I mean, really quick. It's amazing. It's already 4-0. Still 7 minutes to go. I think too, you know, I think it's definitely an advantage for the Soviets that I mean, the Soviets definitely have Juice of Hazard and Frosty that have experience. They've played Iron before. So I think that the experience factor is starting to show here, that, you know, they just know the map maybe a little better than the relatively inexperienced Whitecaps B team does. And I mean, and on a set play map like Iron, like, it's amazing how things can just change in an instant. They just got off to a real big rush. Looks like Rick's trying to get out with a flag pro. He made some decent moves to get this far. And oh, very close, very close. He had the right idea. I mean, I always like to take the left side of the flag when I'm boosting in from there, because it's a lot safer. And he was safe, but the problem was he couldn't get to the flag in time. Whitecaps have a decent opportunity here, but it's going to be tough with a lot of spawners that Rick can't see. Some interesting moves there. Oh, that was almost a really nice move. That's one of those. That's one of those moments where like you take the right boost, but you just take the wrong mechanics. Like, you just don't press the right buttons because you're not expecting it. But I mean, I think that's nice to see in B team because it shows that you have a lot of potential as a player. Like if he had just pressed like left, right, or left up, for example, in that situation, like he probably would have a cap. But I mean, if there's any silver lining to be seen from this for the Whitecaps, I mean, obviously down 5-0 right now, it's gonna be tough for them to climb back from this. But I mean, to see some of your raw players like, take the right play instinctively, I think that's pretty, definitely a silver lining. Power ups again. I mean, we've seen this when typically when a team struggles, they tend to the first thing that tends to go is the power up control. So we're
Currently
seeing that here.
13-6 in favor of. Oh, there we go. Whitecaps pick up one more. 13-7 in favor of the Soviets.
Still
for
almost
power-ups right now.
still almost a double up advantage. So things. I mean,
There's
there we
the
go.
first cap for the
That's the
Whitecaps.
start. I mean, it starts
Yeah.
with one. So
HC's not quite able to get Rick out through the gate. Rick,
almost
one
that
too
would
many
have been
cuts.
so dank if he had made it through that gate, or just
Yeah.
even past that guy.
Whitecaps
Looks
defense,
like this is a
though,
bad situation for
got stuck choosing
the
who
Whitecaps,
was
though. This is a
going for the
cap.
button. Yep.
This
and
is a
just
cap
like
for the
that,
Soviets.
Soviets send it back. Whitecaps
Frosty
with
again, just taking advantage of the opportunity.
yeah, 3 in base, couldn't decide who was going to get the guy on button and who was going to get the guy on flag. They ended up all letting him out.
It looks like communication may be an issue because when Dukes of Hazard took that boost, he only probably could have taken that boost with good communication from his team. Take that mid there, and it looks like it paid off. He's still alive right now. Meanwhile, the Whitecaps are just flailing, trying to grab something, and it's just not working right now. This could be a good opportunity, though. The wrong player takes the gate, but it was there.
Yeah.
Frosty with a good play there, sniffing that out. Another minute, another pup battle. Not really much of a pup battle though, as Soviet ballers have scored 2 of 3 so far. Looks like red is still to spawn.
Yeah, they're getting up in position. HD boosts up to start the fight for it.
And there we go. The white HC avoids a sweep on the pups. Oh,
They're
very close.
almost
Very,
made it
very
out.
close. Few pixels away.
Soviets managed to pick up
A little
8th cap in
icing,
the last minute.
icing on the cake for the Soviets. Salt in the wounds for the Whitecaps. And
Jukes of Hazard opening with a monster half. He's got 5 caps. The rest of the team each has 1. Elfballer with a good turn gets himself past. He's looking for gate, but his team can't get there
he
in
just
time.
didn't even want to wait. I mean, when you're up 8-1, why would you? I
3,
guess.
2,
But they had
1.
that too. That's the thing. Well,
All right.
interesting half. Wow, it looks like two completely different teams from last half. But
Yeah.
Soviets win this one pretty handily. Final score, what, 10-3?
Yes. Final score of Game 1 Iron 10-3 Soviets. All right, we will be back in a few moments to bring you Game 2 of this week's matchup.
Looks like we're just about to start half two here, or game one, half one rather.
Game 2, half
Game
1.
two, half one. So
One
that's
of these numbers is the right
1 for
number.
3 for Akapuck after much assistance from Pop.
3, 2,
But
Alright.
here we go.
1.
I'm gonna update the scores from the last one.
Ooh, a little interesting play from the Soviet Ballers, and the Whitecaps are gonna have 2 tag pros to start this half off. And Lair is out past 2. This is looking very promising for the Whitecaps if they can contain the team tiles.
Yep. Oh, HC gets bit by Swag.
And now it's going the other way. And this is what I like about Fiend, is that it's very... You never know who's on top.
Yeah, Fiend is in its first time as a competitive map.
Everybody's trying to get a feeler out right now.
Yeah.
And,
It'll play different next week for sure, but
Absolutely. And that's one of the discussion points that we've had personally in the Whitecaps channel is, Fiend is definitely going to change a lot from week to week. So Fiend you played week 2 is not going to be the same as Fiend you play at the start of week 3. It's going to be a lot different. Teams are going to know how to play it. They're going to be studying, and it's going to be interesting to see which teams do the most homework.
oh, nice snipe by Tannehill. Running Lair down. Rick's got a juke juice. Let's see him be slick.
Ooh, gets
Doc
past
is
Doc.
pixels away with the bomb.
And he
Takes a
takes a
boost up
nice,
top.
nice boost.
If
And
the
this should
blocks
be
are
a
there,
cap.
they
There it
are.
is.
Doc got that
Good
speed
cap
off
by
the team
Rick.
tiles. Couldn't quite make
Good
it in
path.
time, though.
Good path. He decided to take the boost up, take that in, and I think that was the capping decision right there.
Yep, he committed hard and just went for it. Now Lair gets himself past everybody
Good
with
to
the flag
kiss,
carrier.
but he decides not to. Oh, very
Ooh.
close.
Cheeky little
Very
corner
close.
bounce. If Jukes had gone for the return instead of getting on Ree, Lair might have been able to put a cap right past him there.
Ooh, Rick with
Rick with some micro jukes. Staying alive in the corner.
He's staying alive. Not the best regrab opportunity that he gave for Lair though,
Yeah, ran
which
it
is
back
always
at the
something you
flag.
need to keep in mind. Is how can I make it best for my offensive partner who's on regrab as well.
Soviets died in the middle, setting up for the pup fight. They're gonna let Lair get the tag pro as a result of that. Swag dies again.
Not good.
Jukes
I mean, that's
is just stranded on offense, waiting for his partner to get over there. Oh, Lair goes flag pro by mistake. Tannehill's gonna snipe him off the top there. HD
HC
gets
had a chance, but
pulled up
gets a
by
little kept up. But he still had Rick
good
with a
kiss by
very
Rick.
good kiss.
Lair
Not that he had any other option.
denying.
Lair with a good grab opportunity if he can make it work.
Oh,
Nope.
HD says no.
They're completely
Rick getting a shout out to Big
need a
Bad
little
there.
bit of a reset.
Big Bad learning from JJ Poole this season up in minors. He's been teaching all about kissing and how you need to
I
kiss.
mean, one of the most dedicated coaches and teachers in the game. Always good for your development to be on a JJ Poole team.
Defense crashing hard on Swag. HC gets him by pixels. Now they're able to pick up the Juke Juice in their base. Jukes gets a tag pro mid. He's crashing in. Phoenix
I like the
ducks under it,
patience
and
there
they
from
set
Rick.
up on the non-tag pro.
I like the patience a lot by Rick there. Could be easily pushed
Yeah.
it.
Defense looking to try to get a return around the tag pro. Phoenix is able to
Oh.
do it. Rick hesitates for a second.
Almost
I don't know if
had
he
it.
would have been able
Could've-
to get Tannehill, but
If he had absolutely forced it, I think he may have had a chance, but there's
he would have
nothing
been
wrong with taking
damn
the safe
close
side.
for sure.
Nothing wrong with taking the safe side. As a flag carrier, I always preach, like, if you don't think you're going to cap for sure, don't go for it. Trust your defense. Let them set up again.
Lair boosting
And
down.
very
Ooh,
nice try. Nice try.
snipe from Swag.
And Lair
And
with
Lair.
another nice snipe.
3 snipes over in the
Looks like
Whitecaps
both
base.
Whitecaps are going for regrab, though. They're both going to have to figure this out. Lair finally gets the gist.
Swag putting the moves on HD, trying to go out team tiles. He's cutting up because he knows HD's got him beat.
HC with a great move.
Nice tag.
Adjustment on the team tiles. And the tag pro.
Oh, but
Ooh,
they
that suddenly turns into a
lose it
horrible
there.
situation for the Whitecaps, though. This
Yeah.
could be a cap for the Soviets.
Lair's just trying to stall, looking for
Oh,
nice
good play
grab
by
by
Lair.
Lair.
Good
Stalled
rub.
just long enough for those team tile boosts to get his team over there.
Rubbing more than Michael Jackson in a nursery.
Heyo. All right.
Pups are
HD
gonna
looking
be...
for a
I don't know
solo
what's going
return.
on. It looks like Lair's just waiting for the...
HD gets it. Now he's crashing down to Swag. There's traffic everywhere. Phoenix is able to get it. Jukes throwing some blocks for his teammates. Tannehill cuts back inside. Phoenix looking for the return. Gets it. All but Swag just denying Lair. Oh, and just like that, Jukes passed 4. Rick is now in stay alive mode. Whitecaps piling
it's working
up
out
in
well
the
for
Soviet
him.
base.
Rick
Making
is
some
managing to
moves,
stay alive.
taking those bounces, cuts back.
Fiend is one of those maps where, you know, if you're slick,
It's making a
your
dive for the
opportunity
power
can-
up, but Soviet flag carrier is going to be able to get it. Squeaks under Phoenix. Now HD's in the way with the rolling bomb.
HD, but that rolling bomb was a
Yeah,
you know
beautifully
integral part.
timed. I prefer to use those to kill my own teammates, but I can see the value of what HD did there.
Very valid. Very valid.
I learned from the nipple fart
This
school
is
of
the
defense.
the nipple fart school of defense is always try to go for the return over your own flag carrier, which sometimes works out.
HD's so close. Soviet's able
HD
to
with
tie it
a
up.
past 3 grab for HD. If this is a return for the Whitecaps, could be a cap. Never mind.
Jukes does well coming up from the
Jukes
team
on the
tiles
team
to shut
tiles,
him
yep.
down.
And we've seen
Phoenix
this
staying
before.
alive. He's running straight
Wow!
to the flag. Dunks it in.
What
That's
a great,
beautiful
what a
cap from
great
the Whitecaps
pass by
defender.
Phoenix. Just, you know, that's intuition right there.
Trust the
Thinking
blocks
that
and
you're
go
gonna
for
have it.
Rick's
Just
cutting in
going for
another
it.
one. There
Wow,
it is.
there we
2 in a
go.
row for the
And
Whitecaps.
this is Fiend right here. Definitely a Fiend and not a friend when it can let up 2 caps in less than 30 seconds.
Yeah, Soviets able to get rolling when the Whitecaps go to fight for pups, but their defense able to sniff out the flag carrier and get them quick. Now they've got a rolling bomb. About 10 seconds
Versus
left
Flag
on it.
Pro. I will say, while I have a chance, next week Fiend versus Velocity on the same week is going to be insane. It's two
Pad your
very
stats.
It's going to be insane. Offense is going to have such inflated stats or very deflated stats. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
2 offensive-oriented maps, in my opinion. And it's going to be pretty wild.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to go to the liquor store, start stocking up. It's gonna be bad. Phoenix doesn't
boy.
bite on the straight line.
And Phoenix tries. I mean, not a horrible
Lair
boost
with a
taken there.
cheeky little boost in the bomb manages to get the corner to send him far away from all of the Soviets players. HD
And-
throws swag right back at Lair though. Lair does well to stay away from it.
But a good...
Oh,
Lair
and
gets
makes a cap out of it too.
Wow,
There was a
and
collision
this
with
is
the
4 to
rolling
1
bomb.
Whitecaps. I mean, things have definitely taken a turn here in the last 3
Yeah.
minutes.
Phoenix with a good snipe there. They're setting up some blocks. Rick's dunking it in, 5 to 1.
Another cap, and that will complete Rick's
Lair
hat
ducks
trick.
away from swag.
Now with 3 caps for the night.
Another snipe. Oh, Rick gets in the way just in
Rick
time.
has a path. He has a path in.
Come on, Lair. Oh,
Very close. I would have taken that boost all the way around,
Yep.
but hey.
Jukes is doing his best to catch up. Phoenix blows the bomb, so there's no shenanigans. Rick puts on the brakes, lets Jukes go
Good
coasting
choice.
ahead
I
of
mean,
him. Yeah.
up 5 to 1, trying to milk the clock.
Now
This
he's
will
just-
be Rick just past 2 minutes of hold.
He's
Lair
looking to
almost
bait
at 3
one
minutes.
more Soviets defender back, so he can be past
This
2
has been
instead of
a-
past 1. He gets
The
it.
Whitecaps have hold the flag a lot more than the Soviet Ballers have, and here comes Rick. Not chance, but this is okay because Lair has a fantastic regrab opportunity. No rush at all. He's just gonna
Yeah,
wait.
Jukes still
There's
is.
no
or
need
Jukes'
not
tag
to.
pro still has 10
Now,
seconds
hopefully,
on it.
Lair with a good,
Ooh.
not a horrible decision, but
It ended poorly, but there wasn't
yeah, it
anything
ended
he would have
poorly. But
known
he
ahead of
waited for
time.
regrab and good block by HD.
Clutch
coming.
block by HD. And
Phoenix has a
return.
chance here. Has a real chance if Rick can somehow pressure this, and he does.
Rick gets it. Lair deciding
Lair is
to go for double regrab
which is
over there.
okay because he is O. So I never have a problem with an O calling off D on Re as long as it's communicated.
Yeah.
Ooh, Phoenix with an
takes the
unfortunate
spike
boost.
boost.
Lair should wait
Calls
for
out,
Re.
fuck him in group chat.
I don't know if he knows that. It looks like he's gonna go for the kiss.
Oh,
He gets a flag
goes
for
for the
instead.
kiss, ends up with a tag pro.
So not the worst compromise for Lair. Needless to say, but Soviets have a rolling bomb, and at this
He's not
point
gonna
there's
get
still a half
much
to
use out
go.
of the tag pro though. Oh, and he's spawning far away from Tannehill. If he wanders into this boost, he might get it.
If
Oh,
anybody
so
knows
close.
how things can change for the better in the second half, it's the Soviets, as we've
Yep.
seen. So I think at this point they're just trying to minimize damage. If they can get a cap, they're going to get it, but they're not necessarily going to play more aggressive. This is going to be a team that they're going to play the same way they've played, and they're just going to expect that they're going to come out better in the second half than they did in the first.
3, 2, 1.
And that ends it 5-1
They're
in favor
gonna-
of the Whitecaps.
Going to have an
Both
uphill
teams get a
climb.
kept flag for those crucial extra 3 points.
Soviet Ballers did it last half with a 7 cap differential, but will they do it again on Fiend? Who knows? We'll find out in the second half here on Pop's wonderful channel.
All right, bring it back for half 2 of game 2.
And it's we've seen the Soviets come back from much larger deficits.
2,
So
1.
All right. And because I'm so good
massacre
at remembering,
in
it was
center.
what, 6-1 for the last half? Oh,
5-1,
fuck, I
I
forgot to
believe.
get the CSV for
I
that
believe it
one.
was 5-1.
Shit.
Could have been 6-1 though. Our factician has checked it out. It is indeed 5-1.
All right. Yeah, I did forget to get the stats though. That's shit. Oh well. I didn't open the tagpro.eu thing either. If somebody could look for that game, I'd be
Yeah,
forever.
I got you.
All right. Yeah, first round of pups was pretty uneventful. Man, both teams just sitting around looking for some way of grabbing. It's like they're just going to start the power fight already. HD wins a Tag Pro in our base. Elf Baller gets a Tag Pro in mid. Tag Pro versus Tag Pro in the Whitecaps base. There's a kiss. Rick comes away with a Tag Pro out of the Soviets base, though. He's trying to get Lair out quick, but Rick can't see the spawns, and some really nice spawns by the Soviets to keep it from being a problem. HD with a cheeky little kill on Frosty. Nope, Soviets able to shut that down.
Trying to defend the match, but not being successful is Akapuk as he searches the second page of the tagpro.eu site. True. I just sent it to you, Pop. Yep. And we're back. Well, Akapuk's back, at least. After searching for stats for a full 1.5 minutes. Impressive time to be holding for stats. Looks like the Soviets were looking for a little more punch here to start the second half. Not exactly getting it.
It's been a pretty tame first 3 minutes. I mean, flag carriers are getting out. Defenses are able to run them down eventually, though. Nobody's been able to make good use of the power-ups yet.
Interesting situation with the Whitecaps. Good kiss. And HD is going to be taking out.
Snags the Juke Juice. He's running away. Barely beats Mungos there.
But he does, and that's all that matters.
Yep.
And he beats everybody again.
Too.
And he's just chilling. I mean, HD showing some decent moves with the flag.
Second time he's killed a teammate on a spike.
He was just trying to get ahead. Oh man,
he's just running that same
There he goes,
map.
and he's got the advantage on the. Wow. Okay.
He's going for the third one. Oh no.
Okay. He was playing the map pretty well.
Yeah. Just
as a defender, he was switching that up pretty well.
Yeah. I don't want to say he was sticking with open space because he kept running through a base that had 3 people in it, but.
Lair with a nice tag there on the gate.
Yeah, Frosty.
I saw that. I didn't forget that.
Frosty going for revenge on Phoenix ends up missing.
This would be a decent. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. Still, both teams just sitting around looking for
and
pups
and
having
their
again. Flag carriers run away.
1-1 on tag pros. Lair's gonna go for
anybody
theirs.
can make it good.
And it's
just both
very interesting battle. Frosty's getting advantage of the Whitecaps here, and he's turned this from a tie situation into a decent advantage for the Soviet Ballers. Now, that's kind of been taken away, but for 10 seconds they had it.
It seems like the majority of this game has been spent with 3 Soviet chasers in the Whitecaps base and 3 Whitecaps chasers in the Soviet base. And everybody's just taking their turn holding the flag.
Surprisingly, a very chasey map. I think a lot of people did not expect this to be that chasey. I think if you talk to any offense, they would tell you that this wasn't necessarily unexpected.
Yeah.
But
and there's
I mean,
3 spikes in the middle of the maze, and look at how
definitely
huge the
very
bases
interesting.
Are.
It's definitely very interesting in 1 week to play both Iron and Fiend. I think they're completely different maps and play style. It's definitely been interesting to watch, and how some of these teams are much better at one map than the other, and how that translates to the scoreboard. It's been very interesting.
Yeah, it shows you the power of the open space too, because really, when you think about it, the maps are pretty similar. There's a damn near impossible path out the bottom. There's 3 spikes in the middle, and then a top lane and a mid lane. Fiend is a lot more flat than Iron is, and
I think
because of
a
it, the
lot of
bases
it
are
is
way more wide open, gives you so much more space to play on offense.
definitely, and especially because that one boost is pretty much always covered, or you're playing double, you're stacking the boost in as a defender. You
Yeah.
got two people in that lane. So, I mean, that really takes away that boost, to be honest. Like, you don't see a lot of people boosting in successfully on Fiend and taking the flag from there and getting in. Usually it's a rub grab or something like that. The bomb's only up every 30 seconds, so, I mean, that's a rare opportunity.
Yeah. And usually, I mean, things you use the bomb for on Fiend are ruining somebody's day for a cap.
Yeah, I mean, that is,
Or-
honestly, the bomb is so much more defensive oriented than it is offensive on this map.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
There's-
If you can make
There's one
even a
great
decent
grab
bomb,
play you can do off the bomb that I've seen, which is you bomb at the power up, bounce off that wall back to the flag. The bomb will have pushed the two defenders back in the other corner, and then you're off to the races.
yeah, I mean that's the thing is that there's so limited opportunities on this map for the bombs and the boosts that
Yeah.
defenders are going to realize it. So it effectively neutralizes it.
Because yeah, to get that playoff right, you gotta have both defenders shade toward you in between the flag and the bomb.
This is not a map where you want to be waiting 5 seconds for a bomb to spawn. It's too fast paced.
Yeah, things will go wrong real quick. All right. Oh, there goes some FPS issues. That's all sorts of exciting. I think it's suddenly back out.
I'm somehow at
Let's see,
60% loss.
Blair's trying to stall this tag pro, see if he can get a
Now-
little extra time for protection.
Now, I think sometimes you want to stall, but sometimes you just want to take it. You know,
Yeah, because now the problem
especially
is,
if nobody else is around to see when it's up.
I mean, Moonghost had Tag Pro rolling bomb trying to keep him safe, but what happens then is the Tag Pro isn't chasing. So Phoenix had no trouble staying away from the solo chaser on a map that has lanes as big as this one.
Rick is past 3. I mean, this could be an interesting opportunity.
Now Moonghost is there
but
on
it
the
looks
flag,
like-
and Frosty
yep,
gets
and
the
Frosty
return
got
too. Nice
Good
job pulling up
acceleration from
and
the team tiles. And
Yeah.
Moonghost with a great opportunity here. This is not looking good for Lair.
oh, there
There
it
it
is.
is.
First cap of the half with a minute
Whoop,
45
There
left.
it is. So it looks like the Soviets are
could
down
be
by 2 caps, but
Second, oh, HD.
good positioning by HD. Great
Beautiful
position.
play there to shut that down. Finds himself past 2. Can't say he's past Frosty for exactly that reason.
I will say HD has found himself out of position a decent amount these games on Fiend, but he's carrying the flag pretty well.
Yep.
All that being considered.
And I will say too, as many times as he's been out of position, he's had some absolutely killer plays to shut down things that should have been
definitely.
easy caps for the Soviets.
We saw him the first half. I mean, this half we're looking at a 14 and 10 stat line from HD, and not bad through power-ups. I mean, 130 in prevent, which leads the everybody.
Yeah, Whitecaps are sitting at 30 returns as a team, 29 for the Soviets though. They're right behind. Power-ups are
Very
split,
very
14,
even
13.
half, but I mean, if you're the Soviets, this is not. You need to come out guns blazing if you're the Soviets, down 5-1. I mean, there's no. I don't care. Like in this situation, you should either win by 6 caps or you should lose by 7. Like, there's no middle ground. You gotta play aggressive though. If you're down by this much, you gotta play aggressive. And here comes Moonghost.
Yeah,
Seems to
he
have
was
heard
past
Master.
2, but went out through team tiles, so they caught up. Tannehill gets himself a tag pro though, but
And now it's a good
Blair's got
situation
3
for
beat
the
the other way.
Whitecaps.
Frosty spikes himself. They have a little bit longer to try to work with something here, but Tannehill's able to come over and cover. Rick gets the return.
They're working
Blair's
the map,
trapped
though.
behind people. He's got to go
Which is fine,
backward
but
even further.
unfortunate boost spawn, but he luckily gets away from it, and this could be a cap.
2,
Right
This
at the
could
end,
be a
it
cap,
is.
and it is.
There it is.
And it
Tied
is
1-1
over.
for half 2. Whitecaps take game 2, 6-2.
It just goes to show you how different the maps are this week. I mean, it's amazing to play Iron, which is a completely different map from Fiend. Iron, which is, a very experienced map. A lot of players know it. It's been around for a while. And it'll set plays, that's what it relies on versus Fiend,
Alright.
where
Good work.
game was
Where are they?
amazing.
That game was absolutely fun.